Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 950. I am your host, Matrix Floyd 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's nice to be doing regular Real Whovians casts again.
I know. What's up, Connor?
6 days, or 5 days now for me.
I can't freaking wait. I'm dying for Doctor Who. All right, Connor. So, a lot of news has hit past couple of days. Things have been confirmed. Now, you have some information on Chris Chibnall, right? And
Yeah.
Series 11.
There is a tentative plan of his on the internet at the moment that has been discussed between various spoiler hounds.
Okay.
And the plan is that the first point was that the new Doctor has been cast and his contract signed, or hers, I should say. It might be a female. The second point is that he is desperate to bring Doctor Who back to the forefront of the BBC. He wants to make that the powerhouse of the BBC, where he's focusing more on foreign marketing and especially merchandise, because merchandise in the past few years has been utterly abysmal. It has been awful.
Yeah.
And he actually went in a meeting with the BBC before Christmas and said, I'm not letting anyone else run this merchandise. I'm doing it myself. So he's taking on everything. He is the ultimate showrunner.
I just want to say hi to Philip and Sally. What's up, guys?
Hello.
We're doing Real Whovians cast. Okay, good.
Philip said this plan, so he knows pretty much what I'm talking about. So Chibnall wants to focus on merchandising and stuff and to really sell the show to people. There are plans to possibly cut the episode number down to 10 to fit with what we get these days with Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. I think is it 10 episodes and then it's a break?
No, well, it's like 8 and then it's a break and there's another 8 or something. It's like either 16 or what is it, Chris? Do you know? 16 or
it's funny. I was talking about this before, and I think it's like it's
like 9 and
10,
16.
but I'm not
It's like
sure.
9. Well, one half of the season, it's like I think it's either 8 or 7, and then when it comes back, it's another 8 or it's like over 10. I know that it's like probably like 16. I think.
Right. Well, he wants to Americanize the format of the show.
Well, everybody has 10 basically. Game of Thrones, Bates Motel. That's like the main thing now. Everybody does 10. So that's what he wants to do. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what he wants to fit with like the Netflix sort of guideline of things.
So what did Russell T Davies and Moffat want? They didn't want that. They wanted.
They just wanted to make their mark. Chibnall is apparently a very, very difficult person to work for because he expects the very best out of everyone, and he really takes no crap. We've seen it. Look at Broadchurch. Okay, Series 2 is not as well received as other series around it, but as a show, it's never been dull. He's really, for 3 entire series, he's really kept, and he's done that all himself. He's written it all himself.
Right. We don't want him burned out. That's the main thing.
Yeah. He's really sort of. He's a very he runs a tight ship where he doesn't stand for any leaks. He doesn't stand for any spoilers. So you'll probably hardly get anything. We will struggle to do a cast like this in a year's time because we'll have nothing.
Listen, if we can survive like 10 months and then we get one episode, I think we could survive.
Yeah,
Chris Chibnall.
The third point is that the team is in place. He has a variety of members of all shapes and sizes, colour.
Does he have a revolving door where season 11 is this, season 12 is this?
He's got... well, actually, I'll get to that in a minute. He's got a team in place. There is one member of the team that is currently on a different project or something, and it's holding them up.
Oh.
Because he doesn't want to start the project without his whole team around him.
Is Neil Gaiman part of that?
I doubt it.
Okay.
It's too expensive. That I think the team is the writers' room that we've constantly referred to in terms of Chibnall for at least 2 years now. And there's an older member of that is not yet able to commit fully to Doctor Who, so he's waiting. But filming is going to start at the end of this year, so September, October time. So we might get like a May, June air date next year.
Really?
Rather than an autumn like August, September.
So the way he does the episodes is a lot different than Moffat or Russell T Davies. He'll be able to bang it out, no fooling around. In the time it takes for them to do one episode, he'll pop out 3 probably. I'm
convinced they've already written a few scripts right at this very moment.
Right.
And the fourth point is that he's got a budget planned for series 11 and 12.
Yeah.
He's allocated the money across the board. So,
is he getting more money than Moffat did?
No, it's totally getting less.
Oh my God!
Well, hang on. If they're giving him money to cover season 11 and 12, that's going to have to be more than what Moffat's get for one season.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. But maybe if you think about it, it might be more of a plan that's not yet set in stone, where you don't necessarily know the exact figure of dosh you're going to get. But he has that planned out, and he has hired the best accountant in the BBC to oversee it.
Oh.
So you'll get no pissing around with the budget either.
Oh, okay.
So you'll see a consistently. The aim is to get a good quality look of the show throughout the series. So you won't get some shoddy. You won't get the most amazing set piece you could ever think of in episode 2, and then by episode 8 you're struggling to even put together a simple bit of CGI. You know.
I see that.
It's going to be consistent all the way through.
Let me just ask you a question.
Yeah.
Christmas specials are over.
I hope so, because I'm getting bored of. It's just like it felt like Doctor Mysterio was fantastic. It's been nominated for a Hugo Award, I think, which is a good achievement. Being that it was the only Doctor Who that year. But I'm getting bored of the feel good, because it wears off.
They tried it for a while. I would be okay with them eliminating it, only because you don't have a Daredevil Christmas special or a Luke Cage Christmas special or a Game of Thrones. I mean, it's like, we don't, you know what? It's understandable if they want to do a different type of special for Christmas. Maybe, the Paternoster, a spin-off, one episode, one shot. Maybe they could have a budget for a one-shot Christmas special with the Paternoster gang or with River or something, and not do the Doctor Who. Maybe it could be Class. Maybe instead of doing a Class season 2, they do a Class Christmas special to wrap up the whole damn thing, and then everybody gets happy, I guess. But the thing is, I'm okay with Doctor Who not having a Christmas special anymore. I would rather them focus on the
I like the idea of the 10 episode turnaround, because that means that you get a quick succession of seasons because it's a short run. So that'd be nice. We don't have to wait so long for the next season. We could end doing 10 episodes per season.
Yeah, he's also planning to go for 3 series in a row, rather than
bringing us up to 2020.
Yeah, pretty much, and then he's jumping ship and letting someone else take control.
Okay.
The other point, there's a few more points actually to make. He had a standoff with the BBC in regards to transmission dates. the plan was to start Series 11 shooting in January, but he put his foot down and said, "I'm not having it. I'm doing it at the end of this year." I think he's slightly he certainly doesn't look it, but I think he's slightly more ballsy than Moffat is in terms of, you know, getting things done, getting a plan in place. Like Moffat would wait until like a week before the deadline to write a script or something ridiculous. And the other point, the most important point, is that he's aiming for a mid to late Tennant turn of series.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what's what kind of stories are we going to get from here? Is it going to be more outer space type or more suburban Earthbound stuff?
Series 3 and 4 is what he's referring to. I think they were more adventurous, weren't they? Then I'd say so. He's aiming, but they weren't necessarily light adventure. Quite a lot of it was pretty dark. In fact, I think someone said that, another spoiler hound said that the best way that he can compare what is sounding like Chibnall's Run is a mix between the Hinchcliffe and Baker era and the Tennant, the mid to late Tennant era.
Which is
that'll be gothic horror.
Yeah.
With Doctor Who adventure.
Most of the time off Earth, right?
Sorry?
Most of the time off Earth, right?
Yeah. Which I think is why he's made a point of trying to allocate the budget more so he can do those off Earth stories. So he's aiming for that, which is the best sounding plan I've heard in years, and it is probably going to be what could save Doctor Who. He has everything planned out. This is there's not a stone left unturned in his book.
Right.
He knows what he's doing, and he's going to go for it.
Okay. Chris, you want to add anything? Chris, you there?
The only thing I wanted to know, I mean, just.
I'm here, Chris. Do you hear it? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, you guys cut out there for a second. The only thing is, like, where is all this information coming from?
It's people that know people within the BBC.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, other than that, I think this sounds great to me. I mean, I'm glad that he's kind of taking the reins, from BBC and saying that, I'm going to be in charge of this. This is how I want to do it. I'm okay with 10 episodes. I don't care how many episodes we get as long as they're well written. If they don't do any Christmas specials, that's fine. I'm not upset with that. Maybe we can get a special another time of the year, like maybe they could do like a Halloween special or something like that.
Yeah, I'd be for that.
Maybe like a horror special for something like that, or something along those lines. But they don't have to do that. They don't have to pick holidays to do it. They could just do maybe a random special, like sometime later on in the year. That's maybe it's an hour and a half instead of just an hour. Other than that, right now I'm just interested to see who the next Doctor is, and I think Chibnall is going to do a pretty good job.
Philip?
I'm just hoping that if they're going to run with 10 episodes, are they going to be 10 hourly episodes? I would like that rather than the 45-minute time constraint. You don't get anything done in 45 minutes, really.
That would be good if we could be in that. Yeah. What about that, Connor? Are there still the episode count? Is it still 45 minutes?
I don't know whether that. I'm hoping that it is an hour, but I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. So, Chibnall, even though he's taking a break, it's not a year. It's just he's not taking a break for a year.
He's not. I don't think he's taking a break at all, to be honest. I think
so that's done.
Smoke screen, really.
So that's canceled. All right. Now, what's this thing about Moffat with the Weeping Angels?
Oh yeah. There was a BFI event today. And one of the things he said was that Neil Cross, who wrote Rings of Akaten and Hyde for Series 7, has the best plan for the Weeping Angels going forward that he's seen, and that he's asked Chibnall about it, and that he's hoping that Chibnall will include it. It's unlikely, though, because another thing that relating to the plan we just spoke about that has been said is that he's more focusing on creating his own things.
Right.
He wants his take on Doctor Who rather than...
So how does that deal with the Dalek contract?
I'm honestly, we're going to have this debate forever because it's never going to get resolved. But I don't believe there is a contract in place.
Right.
I think they just use it because it sells.
If they don't put the Daleks on, they won't be able to use the Daleks, period.
No, I don't think that's the case.
They've had them every single year, even when it was specials for a second or two.
But you know what? Maybe that's only confined to Muppets era.
Also, the Daleks are what sells Doctor Who. Like, if you don't include a Dalek in anything, then you're not going to sell the show for shit. We could the pilot, which airs on Saturday, right, has a short scene with the Daleks in and the Movellans.
Yeah, but they still appear.
That's here, and apparently it's only for 30 seconds. It's pointless.
But it doesn't. You know what? As far as I know, they have to appear at least once. It could be seconds.
Yeah, but this is part of the contract that you are speaking of. I don't think such a contract exists. Okay. I think it's purely the fact that that it sells the show to foreign because everyone.
So you're saying there's a good chance Series 11 will not have one Dalek or reference the Daleks or Skaro or Davros on anything in any episodes.
Yeah.
The whole entire season.
I can see that.
I don't think that's happening.
Because Chibnall, the way that Chibnall's going.
But the important thing about the Dalek thing is not whether you're going to use them or not. Put them in a story that makes them work. That's the important thing about the Daleks. So sometimes, like you said, past Dalek stories have been a bit shoddy with them in them.
I hope you're right, Connor. I mean, I hope that they're allowed to just not have them for a year or two, and then they could just have them appear again. But if for some reason we don't see them in Series 11, and then the contract does exist, and then we don't see them in Series 12, Series 13, 14, then I'll be concerned. Because then I'll be like, oh, crap, that was a contract. Was it there? And then we see them in some movie or something, because they have appeared in freaking movies and things. I mean, they've appeared in... was it Lego Batman or something, and they appeared in they killed Daffy Duck or something, and whatever. It's like the most ridiculous things. They have appeared. So, I would rather see them in Doctor Who than that nonsense, but we'll see. I wouldn't even want to see them in their own movie and without Doctor Who. I would rather Doctor Who. I don't know. I'm a big Dalek fan, so what do you want? I would be comfortable with them appearing every year. So, anywho, all right. So, Weeping Angel thing, blah blah blah. Now, what about this thing we saw with Capaldi regenerating? Now, I said that he's being erased because
we're going to need another video for this, but I have a very, very solid theory. A very solid theory that I think is actually what is going to happen. And
I actually it was crazy, but finally got contacted by him. Old Doc contacted me today, out of the blue, saying he thinks my idea has merit, that he is being erased because he mentioned the Fifth Doctor in Five Doctors when he's like grabbing his chest and whatever. And then also when Matt Smith's 11th Doctor was like, when the Great Intelligence is going through the time stream, he's like, like whatever, and it's just, all right, we'll see what happens, but he's got to regenerate Christmas. That's the thing, no matter what.
In fact, someone found my theory so fantastic that someone messaged me saying that they hope that I would go into TV writing.
There you go. There you go.
I want to hear this theory.
It's gonna have to be on another cast,
Yeah,
right?
we'll have to do another one because it's fast.
Well, how long is it? It's like a 20-minute thing.
This piece that I wrote is at least 9 paragraphs long.
Yeah, it's quite a long
And
paragraph.
we got a time limit, right? Or not yet? We don't.
Not yet.
We probably will, though, right? All right. So you want to do it in a fresh Google or Zoom or?
Oh yeah.
In a Google?
Google would be fine. Zoom would be fine.
Chris, is this gonna work?
I don't think we go Google. I say Zoom. I'm
Okay,
just saying.
All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Zoom. Give me about 5 minutes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Connor, Chris, Philip. Take care. Bye for now.
Because